Hello and welcome everyone, I'm James Rose, and this is The Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel. This game, I'm not sure exactly how old it is. It came out in Japan quite a while ago now. It came out on PC a couple of years ago. But essentially, I knew I wanted to play a JRPG next on the channel, and I was having a look through them. And before looking for a JRPG to play now, I hadn't seen this one, but all of the reviews I saw and the general feedback on it looked really positive. And having had a look into it, I thought this would be a really good game to play. So, yeah, here we are. I hope the volume's alright. I had to play around with the volume quite a bit before I started recording this. So I hope that's okay now, because there's, at least right now, and in the first section of the game which I played through while testing a little bit, it did seem that the music was quite loud compared to other bits, so I hope that the volume's alright now. But, that opening is great. If it was a little bit shorter, I would want to put that at the start of all of the videos. I really enjoyed that. When I first loaded the game up to have a quick look before messing with volume, making sure it's running at 30 FPS for the video and things like that, because my laptop's not going to do 60, but it will do 30. When I first watched that intro, it really, I wouldn't quite say blew me away, but I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed watching it just now as well, even though I've seen it like 3 or 4 times now. Okay, so as I said, I haven't played this game before. It's actually been a little while since I played a new JRPG at all. The last one I played was probably, the last new one anyway, was Final Fantasy 15. I haven't played one like this for quite a while. So I don't know anything about the series. This is the 9th game. I did look up that. It's the 9th game in the series, The Legend of Heroes. I did check and they said it's a fine entry point into the series online. Other than that though, I don't really know anything about the game's main story or the world or anything like that. Obviously it's very Japanese. It's a sci-fi / slight fantasy / we're in a school. So it's about as anime as it gets from what I've seen so far. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. Shall we get into the game now? I'm going to be playing on normal. I do know that if you're quite into JRPGs, it is recommended you play on hard even on the first time. However, seeing as I'm going to be recording it and I'm not fully concentrating on the gameplay, plus you guys wouldn't want to see me have to repeat battles over and over again if I get stuck, I will be playing on normal. And let's jump in.
scratch them! What's happening? Who's in control of those things? Get in touch with the 4th Armored Division! We need backup from Lieutenant General Craig!
This is awful. What happened here?
How terrible.
I can smell smoke. Are they using gunpowder?
They've completely blindsided us. It appears that everything else they've done today was to serve as a decoy.
Right. It looks like their real target was the railway guns all along. Which means they must be serious about targeting that trade conference in Crossbell City.
They wouldn't.
How low can they possibly sink?
So, they're intent on taking the Chancellor's head after all.
Resorting to such wanton violence? This is absolutely outrageous.
Please, let us help. We don't know if reinforcements are on the way, and it doesn't look like we have much time left. We have to stop them before they can activate the railway guns.
Rean's right.
I don't know how much we can really do, but considering the alternative, we have to try.
Right. I'm not about to let those terrorists have their way.
Looks like any attempt to convince you otherwise would fall on deaf ears. All right. Rean, you and the rest of Group A are with me. Group B, you'll be under the command of Major Neidhart.
One group will secure the gun in the right wing. The other group will secure the left. This is an actual combat situation, with real lives at stake. I expect the best from each of you. Yes, sir! All right, Class 7. Our objective is to stop the activation of the railway guns. We've learned a lot at the Academy. It's time to put that knowledge to the test. Understood!
Okay, so for anyone who hadn't already picked up during the cutscene there as I was clicking through the dialogue, I am playing with a controller. I believe this game originally came out on the PlayStation 3. It was then ported to PC, however I'm playing with an Xbox controller because that's what I have that plugs into my laptop. And generally from my experience, I feel that games that were generally ported from a console onto the PC still play better with a controller because the original controls were obviously made for either a PlayStation or Xbox controller. It doesn't make that much difference. But anyway, I have already played through this little bit we're going into now. Just telling us how to control the character. I've already played this little bit here. Just to the end of the section in this little facility we're in now, or at least what I believe is the end. It started doing the, well, you'll see. Not to give away any spoilers for like 10 minutes in the future or anything. So anyone who noticed, I apologise, I cut through a little bit of the dialogue when we were in that last cutscene. I think this is the first time I've ever recorded a voiced game. Obviously I've done games with dialogue, but I think this is the first one where there's actual voice acting in it. So I do need to... Oh, wait,
Here
one sec.
they come.
They look just like that thing we fought during our field study.
Mechanical monstrosities.
Save the talking for later. We need to take these things out.
Got it!
You messed with the wrong teacher.
I'll handle this.
And we're in our first battle. As I was saying, I haven't done a voiced game before, so I'll do my best not to accidentally click through any dialogue again before it's finished being said. So, from my understanding of the game so far, this you can... Okay, so in the... I can probably use this to demonstrate it. The battle is in this arena by the white ring. So you can move anywhere in this area during the fight. However, if you move using the move command, that does end your turn. So I'm not going to do that right now. Oh yeah, I'll apologise to anyone who already knows the game and might be watching this, but I am, to start with, just going to go through some basic controls and how it works. I know the game's a few years old, but seeing as I'll be playing it, I only need to do this once and it hopefully won't take too long. Crafts uses CP and they activate straight away from what I've seen. Arts use EP and they activate after a little while. You can see whose turn it is on the left, so if I were to use an art with our blonde friend here, let's go with... It doesn't really matter too much. This first thing is not particularly hard. Okay, so this hits all of them, so that's not a bad one to use, seeing as there's 5 enemies. So we'll use that. He then starts casting it, and we go to the next person, and you should be able to see on the left his little portrait is a bit further down now. And when it gets to his portrait again, so it's his turn again, he'll cast that art. What we're going to do now, though, is... Let's see... I think that's one... Oh no, that hits... That can hit 3. That is a buff. Raises physical abilities. Yeah, that's a buff. Attacks with bullets and lightning. I can hit 3 enemies with that. And there's also S-Craft here. From what I've seen, S-Craft just use basically all of your CP and do tons of damage. We don't need to use that right now. Let's go with Flash and hit these 3.
Didn't see that coming.
Go.
So, as mentioned, as we go forward, I will do the turns a bit quicker. I will talk through what I'm doing less because it won't be necessary.
My turn.
So that was a link strike. I'm not sure exactly how that works yet, but you might be able to see, for example, here there's a blue line between the character I've got at the moment and the blonde kid, and there's a yellow line between the black-haired kid, who I assume is the main character from what I've seen so far, and the teacher. Those are links, and there's a chance after an attack with one character that the linked character can also do something. Let's see. You're almost dead, so I guess we could finish you off. And then that's the blonde kid's art going off.
Leave it to me.
Damn, he healed. Let's see. So we have 2 turns now. We have the teacher and then black-haired kid. Oh yeah, also, I was going to say before his art went off, as you can see, when we attacked with the spear kid, he looks a bit older than the others. When we attacked with him, he actually moved to a different area. That is important because of abilities like this. You can see here, this hits a particular area you point in. And so, if you have all your characters in a line, an enemy could use a similar ability and take out all of your guys at once. Now, which of these is which? Okay, so that's the one that's going next. It's nearly dead, so let's kill that.
Go.
And then we have this kid's turn before the robot's turn. Now, I don't know what is a good move or what isn't. Ideally, we want to kill this enemy now. Just try that.
There. Go.
And one for me.
And we got the link strike in, and that finished it.
Not half bad.
You say as you outdo us.
And we got experience. Obviously, these are not the actual character levels, but this is a bit before you jump back to the past, which is kind of obvious considering we're all level like 50 odd. We have these gem things. Sepith? I'm going to say Sepith and hope that's right. Don't know what they are yet. No idea. I'm guessing some kind of currency. Or perhaps like upgrade points.
No doubt about it. Those things were the same as the one we fought outside Legram.
It seems a large number of them are on the loose inside the fortress. I'm guessing that's what got the soldiers we just saw too.
Seems so.
So these are archaisms.
Are you certain, Instructor?
Yeah, they're a kind of autonomous weapon made by a rather unsavory group. And a real pain to deal with, too. We need to hurry, but keep your wits about you.
Understood.
Okay, so that's our first battle. Okay, battle system is not too complicated, but there's a bit interesting in the like positioning you can do, unlike your normal JRPG turn-based combat games. So these are all just weak creatures. We actually have 4 people can have their turns before it's their turn, so we can probably take out all these really easily.
Didn't see that coming. Now!
Go! Go!
I'll handle this. I shall fulfill my duty as a noble.
Well done, mate. Very noble. Killing harmless little robots. No, I don't know. They're supposed to be the evil robots, aren't they? Good job, mate. Very noble killing the evil robots that are like half your size.
Enemy sighted! Take him out!
Leave it to me.
Okay, so we have a big guy this time. I have a go, and then the guy with a spear has a go before it's the big guy's turn. So, don't want to use the S-Craft yet. We'll show, there's like a little boss fight at the end of this, so we'll show those off then.
Didn't see that coming.
It's my turn.
Oh, it looks like, oh, I hadn't noticed that before. I'm sure when this started, the big robot's turn came after this guy's turn. However, that's changed, so perhaps we did something to push it back. Anyway, we can hit all 3 of them with this.
Now,
Thanks for having my back, Usus.
I won't let you down.
Ah, bromance. Bromance already. See how they're looking at each other? It's kind of creepy, actually. Anyway, serious guys. This is evil robot time. I hit it. Oh yeah, I also noticed you can do this. This is, I believe, for like destroying barrels, essentially. But what you can also do is just hit enemies like this, and they can't get to you. I guess you could also use it to avoid them. So I could hit it and then run past it. Anyway, we're gonna fight it because this is like the tutorial, so we have to.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to. I'm saying we have to. Let's use an art. That hits in a line. That hits in a bigger line, but I can still only hit 2 with it, so it's not actually particularly useful. Do you have any items? Oh, we do. We have tons of items. I didn't actually look at this when I was testing it before. Cures, KO. Got loads of things. Anyway, I didn't even realise I had them when I was testing this before, so that is proof enough that we don't need them. Let's just see how much damage we do normally. Well, that was a poor test because we got a crit.
My turn!
Okay, that's a better test. So, we don't do a huge amount of damage. Self-support. I can hit one of them with that. I can also try this. Let's see what this does. We hit the robot with a powerful thrust.
My turn.
As it's a robot, though, it probably didn't care too much about that. They're not into that sort of thing. Also not entirely sure how that sword swing was a thrust, but sure, whatever you say, game.
Okay, burning daylight.
Ah, cool teacher. That's what you want. You don't want a boring teacher, you want a cool one that can destroy robots. Okay. Now, I've forgotten which way we actually have to go because I turned myself around. This is just a dead end, there's nothing there. I believe it's this way. Yes, this is the way we need to go. Anyway, this is what we can do with this. Obviously, you need to destroy everything you can when wandering around in this sort of game. So, those boxes are all destroyed, as they should be. Then, this, I believe, heals us. There we go. Some nice, in my eyes, Pokemon-esque healing music, or ears.
Where are we?
This must be Erebonia Academy. You can see Crossbell State on the other side.
There!
Those are...
The railway guns. They're enormous.
Damn! How did they manage to get them prepped so fast? Don't tell me they're just gonna let them rip without even setting a target!
Instructor!
Well, they're certainly not shy about bringing out the big guns.
Ugh! We don't have time for this! We need to take these things out fast!
Right there with you.
Let's send these cretins to the scrap heap.
Winds, give us your blessing.
Okay, so this is the little boss fight for this section. Killing these things is as far as I got before, so let's do that. In fact, what we're going to do here, if I can remember how to, is swap the teacher out for a different person. Let's go with this girl.
I'll take it from here.
There we go, and the reason for that is this girl has an amazing ability called Lord Albrian.
Rise, great towers. Lord Albrian. Rest in peace.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that ability. I did it by accident when I was testing, and I was like, that is the ability for me. Giant castles shooting lasers. So we can only hit one of these guys with his best ability, but who can we maybe swap him out for? I think the other girl...
Sorry. Understood.
I think her S-Craft can hit both of them. Oh no, I'm wrong. You can still only hit one, so it makes no difference, really.
Behold, my most powerful strike. Radiant Breakdown.
I'll handle
Pretty
this.
cool, but still not as cool as the braided girl's S ability.
You're in the shore. Crystal Saber.
Leave it to me.
I can't use his. I can probably hit both of them with this. Yeah, okay, we'll use that.
Take this! You're open! There! Leave it to me.
Excellent. And now we actually have another turn. Could just try it again. I wonder if I can just move their turn down again? Probably not.
My turn.
Oh, it did. It pushed their turn back even further than before. That's great. So you can't do any more of that because you used up all of your CP doing the S-craft. What we will do then is swap him out for main character boy.
I leave this to you.
I've got this.
And we will use his flashy ability.
Flames, gather on my blade.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if any of these are... I don't believe doing it this way is particularly optimal. I just wanted to show off some of the high level moves that you're able to do in this little starting bit before moving into the main game. So you can only hit one or the other. You can also do support. Heals, analyzes and obtains data. Not super useful, probably. I mean, there's not much chance of us actually losing here. We will just do an attack. Blades of Condensed Insanity rain from above. Sounds cool.
Right.
And you. Let's use an art from you as well. You don't actually have that many arts. Buffs an ally plus attack and defense. I could maybe use that on the girl who's about to cast her art. I don't know if I don't think attack and defense would help there. Maybe instead we just want to try and hit one of them with something. This costs the most, so I'm going to assume this is best.
Leave it to me.
My assumption was horribly incorrect. That was probably not the best move I could have done. Swap out for the teacher.
Alright, let's get this started.
Now, you can't use your S-craft, but you can probably hit both of them. Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Here we go.
Again, can't use an S-craft. Let's try one of his arts. Now this sounds really cool. When I tried this when I was testing, it's not as cool as it sounds. I think I would rather just see if any of these can hit both. Looks like they all have to target one or the other. And he has a bit of support, slows down the flow of time, raises spirit. No, neither of those. None of that sounds particularly appealing. We could just try targeting... Which one's going next? You're going next. So let's see if we can kill you before it's your turn.
Right. Marcus activate.
It's my
Well, that was
turn.
a pretty poor critical, if I do say so. There's a craft. You can use some crafts.
Gleaming blade. Go. This is it.
An opening.
No, we couldn't quite kill it.
Leave it to me.
Now, be the other one next. Yeah. Now, can we swap you out for the guy who was pushing their turns back? We can, but it doesn't look like that's actually any help. I can hit both of them with this though. And you're almost dead. You'll probably get taken out when the other guy has his turn.
Take this.
Of course. Huh?
Here we go.
Lovely. One down. And do we have any cool move I can use to finish you off.
Another chance!
Teamwork, very cool.
The winds must be on our side.
They must be, because that was a breeze.
More useless XP, because this is a time jump bit. I assume it's useless anyway. I doubt they're going to give me XP for stuff at level 40 odd, 50 odd, when we go back to level 1.
A self-destruct mechanism. Is their cowardice know no bounds?
We're running out of time. I'm gonna go on ahead. Follow me as soon as you're sure it's safe to...
Railway guns.
No, no, no!
Don't!
The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This train is bound for Bereahard via
Keldic. The next stop is Trista. Trista. We will be stopped at Trista for 1 minute. When disembarking, please ensure no belongings are left behind.
Almost there. Man, spring's really in full bloom here, huh? Back home, there was still so much snow on the ground, I hardly even realized it. Wow. Are those Lino flowers? I've never seen so many all blossoming at once. I'll be spending the next 2 years here. Wonder how long it'll be before I think of it as home. But yeah, I think I'm going to like it.
Ouch.
Whoa, sorry about that. Are you okay? I should have picked a better place to take in the scenery.
Don't worry about it. I should have been paying more attention to where I was going instead of gawking at the flowers. It's really a pretty town, though, isn't it? Just like a postcard.
Yeah, I guess that's the magic of springtime for you. I hope everything in your case is okay.
Oh, don't worry about that. It'll be fine. Hey, you've got the red uniform too, huh?
Yeah, but now that you mention it, almost everyone else on the train had a green jacket. You're one of the few I've seen in red. I didn't really think about it until now. I just put on the uniform they sent me.
I hadn't given it much thought until I got here either. But yeah, like you said, there have been a few others sporting them too, so I doubt it's a mistake. Maybe it means we'll end up being classmates. Anyway, I should get going. I've got a feeling we'll see each other again at the entrance ceremony, though.
I totally forgot to ask her name. Oh well, I'm sure we'll run into each other later. She's right, though. It is weird that there are so few of us in red. There even enough to make a class? That orbment they sent with the uniform is pretty strange, too. It sure looks a lot fancier than your standard issue orbment, that's for sure. Guess there's no point in racking my brain over it. Someone will probably explain it during orientation. Thors Military Academy is on the north side of town. I've still got some time to look around before the entrance ceremony, but it'd be pretty awkward to be late the first day.
Okay, I'm back in control. So with the parts like that, although there were a couple of times I wanted to chime in, say a piece on whatever was going on or being said, I'm going to try not to. If there's ever a point where they give like a little hint and I have to be like, oh my god, that's foreshadowing to such and such in the future, I'm so smart I've worked it out, I might do that. But generally during those kind of cutscene bits, even when it's clicking through text, I will probably, if it's voice acted text, just be quiet and let it play. I think it's more cinematic for you guys if I do it that way. So events that occur during the story are automatically recorded. I can see that in the back button. Current objective by pressing X. Press X. So we're here, and hey, we got our first achievement, freshman orientation. If I press X there, then it pauses it, and it says head to Thors Military Academy. Cool. And then I can't press X to get out of it again, I have to press B. So we are here in Tristan. When I played through testing before, I got to the point where Rean here, he shouted stop. Oh, I wish there was like emojis right now. If I could like make him just talk, like make it look like he's talking while I talk to you guys, that'd be great. Unfortunately, I don't, to my knowledge, there's nothing like that in this game. So we'll just have this nice scenic shot. In fact, there we go. So yeah, when I was testing through, I got to the point where Rean here shouted stop as the gun started firing. I hadn't seen anything past that on the train. So everything from here on is completely new to me. This is a completely blind playthrough. So I read up a little bit on the game online, but nothing to do with the story or anything really about proper mechanics. Just the basic things like EP and CP or your arts and crafts. Just so I'm not being a complete noob when we go into combat things. Although I assume that bit we just played is probably supposed to be super easy, and from here on it might be a little bit more difficult. But that's going to be it for the first episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. I'm certainly looking forward to playing more of this game. I don't know exactly how long it's supposed to be. Having a quick search on YouTube, I did see other playthroughs of this look to be like 90 to 100 episodes, I think. I don't know how long this one will end up being with hours. My aim is to do episodes that are about 30 minutes. Obviously, this one is a lot longer because we got to the 30-minute mark as we went into the cutscene where Rean here was shouting stop at the big guns. And here we are 15 minutes later still going. So normally I would aim for 30 minutes on my videos. I will try and do that here, but obviously if there's any cutscenes or things, I will let them play out before we stop the videos. And then I may also obviously do a ending segment like this. But that is going to be all for today. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you again tomorrow. I've been James Rose, and until then, have a very nice day. Bye bye.